Leonardo da Vinci said that once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward, for there you have been, and there you will always long to return. Sure, there is some truth to that, but what excites me about always being on the road is the destination. Today we're bringing the golf show to Mexico City, where golf course architect Agustín Pizá will share the story of golf in this metropolis.
So this is my first breath of Mexico City air.
Yeah.
It's good.
It is good. It's not that bad.
Yeah, everyone said it was going to be very unhealthy air quality.
Well, it will. Eventually it will, you know.
Right.
But even later in the day, or maybe a couple of days into it, you'll blow your nose and a little bit of blackish comes out. So.
Is there any precautions you can take?
Oh, well, yeah, you can wear a face mask, stuff like that. But it depends on the. To be honest, I don't know about. I can't get technical about the air quality, but just enjoy it and take it as it is.
All right, let's go. Is that our car? We got it?
Yeah, we're
All
done.
right, let's cruise.
Poor air quality isn't surprising here in Mexico City. With a population of 21 million people, it is the largest metropolitan area in the Western Hemisphere.
But you don't live in Mexico City.
Nope. No, I don't live it. I love it, but that's probably because I don't live in it. I come here every 10 days probably, every other week. Because of work, everything goes around Mexico City.
Right.
First in Mexico, whatever, it goes around usually Mexico City, everything. I live in Puerto Vallarta, and it's only an hour flight away.
That's
So
easy.
it's not that bad. Sometimes it's easier for me to get in here than to do like traffic. The average person that lives here spends an average of 3 hours a day in the car.
That's a quick round of golf.
Yeah, exactly.
Driving through downtown, you'll find quaint city streets in between grand avenues that lead to iconic points of interest, like the Angel of Independence and the Huntress Diana Fountain. Today we're headed to the outskirts of town where the air is a little cleaner and life moves a little bit slower. Agustín has taken me to a little niner where the first chapter of the First Tee Mexico is rapidly growing in the community. One of Agustín's guys escorts us through Chietla, Puebla to Las Maravillas golf course.
Well, we're going to see the kids from First Tee Mexico. It is our first chapter. It's in Las Maravillas, and it's right between two states, Puebla and Morelos. So we cater in this community of children, of underprivileged children, and there is a par 3 golf course there from El Doctor Alfredo Sánchez Gaitán, who is the director of First Tee Mexico, Chapter Las Maravillas, and you're gonna see it's magic.
Dr. Gaitán greets us and introduces us to some of his students. This cute little course just has that vibe. I can see why Agustín calls this place magic.
¿Qué onda? ¿Todo bien? ¿Han estado contentos? Sí. Muchas gracias por venir en domingo. Sé que ayer tuvieron un día bastante fuerte, ¿no? Un día súper. Ayer.
In a while.
Luis Ángel,
Yeah.
5 años.
5.
Ajá.
Ya voy a cumplir 6.
Almost 6.
Por 30 años no quiero jugar golf porque creo que golf no es por mí y no creo que estoy un golfer. Entonces, I tried it.
Lo intenté a mis 30 años.
And I fell in love with it right away.
Me enamoré del golf inmediatamente.
You know, that process changed my life completely.
Y
So
ese
it's,
proceso cambió mi vida completamente.
what if we could travel to every country, right, me and my crew, and speak every language on earth?
¿Qué tal si pudiéramos viajar a todos los países y hablar todos los idiomas del mundo?
And in a way, golf is like that. So you can, anyone
Yes,
else who plays golf, you immediately connect.
Y hasta cierto punto el golf es así. Cualquier persona que juegue golf, aunque no hable el mismo idioma, puedes conectar.
So in that sense, golf is very serious for me.
El golf lo toma muy en serio él.
But at the same time, it's one of the funnest games you can play that will drive you crazy and make you happy.
Y al mismo tiempo es uno de los deportes más difíciles que te vuelven loco, pero te vuelven feliz.
That was a joke.
Eso es todo.
Era una broma. No.
Okay, shall we hit some balls?
¿Vamos a pegar unas pelotas o qué?
Yeah.
¿No los
A ver,
veo
los quieren
prendidos?
ver sin miedo. Adelante.
It goes in there, so.
Practice starts on the range. The kids were excited to get out and play. I could tell they loved the game just as much as me. I sat down with Agustín and Dr. Gaitan to dig a little deeper. We're sitting here at Las Maravillas, which is something you both created, which is the first youth charity golf sustainable program.
Yeah. With,
But wait, it's the first.
It's the first of its kind, yes.
And it opened a year ago.
Yes, a year and a
Why?
half.
Golfers are some of the most generous people I know. Why are you guys just sitting here on this wall with me and talking about number one?
Porque el golf en México poco a poco va siendo incluyente. Cada día va abriendo sus puertas para que más personas puedan practicar el deporte. Y yo creo que tardó en abrirse de esta manera, pero ahora lo está haciendo no solamente con los niños, sino con las personas con discapacidad, con las personas que no tienen un poder adquisitivo. Y el golf es incluyente hoy en día en México. Ese es nuestro objetivo. Nunca imaginé, Erik, la gran satisfacción que íbamos a tener todos los del equipo de Las Maravillas en recibir a los niños. Nosotros pensamos que íbamos a darles mucho a ellos y al final del año son ellos los que nos han dado a nosotros una gran cantidad de vivencias, de experiencias, de cosas muy positivas. Todas las mañanas recorremos el campo, los 9 hoyos, vemos las condiciones de la cancha para poder recibir posteriormente a los chicos de First Tee México, capítulo Las Maravillas, y poder tener todo listo para que ellos desarrollen la práctica, la ronda de golf. Ellos nos ayudan también como parte del programa, nos ayudan a limpiar el campo, arreglar los greens, arreglar las trampas, para que ellos también conozcan que el deporte del golf también tiene una parte complementaria, que es el amor por la cancha en sí.
¿Cuántos?
What is the best possible outcome from this for you?
Principalmente que los niños aprendan valores, pilares de vida, a ser buenos ciudadanos. Y además, esperamos que con la práctica podamos tener un jugador potencial. Pero el objetivo principal es que sean unos seres humanos impecables.
One little guy named Angel stood out to me. At just 6 years old, he's the youngest of the group. And today he played a few holes with a couple golfers that were much older than him.
Pues me ha gustado, aparte de los valores, la convivencia con mis compañeros, por ejemplo con Luis Ángel, que es el más pequeño, y yo tengo 17 y él tiene como 6, 5 años. Nos cuidamos entre nosotros y la convivencia es lo que más me ha gustado.
Los chicos han aprendido la honestidad, el espíritu deportivo, la empatía, la cortesía, la perseverancia en el mismo desarrollo del juego. El golf te permite esa convivencia de un niño de 5 años con un niño de 15 años. De manera tradicional sería muy difícil una comunicación entre 5 años y 15 años. Aquí en el golf, los dos niños conviven perfectamente, se cuidan, se respetan, participan y hace que sea una experiencia para ambos muy positiva. Nosotros queremos seguir promoviendo que el deporte de golf sea incluyente, que más y más personas aprendan que el golf es mucho más que un deporte. El golf te permite acercamiento estratégico, con amigos, con familiares, con clientes, los negocios. El golf te permite conocerte a ti mismo como eres. El golf te permite conocer a los demás. El golf te permite metas personales y metas en equipo, como la vida misma.
¿Por qué este programa es muy importante para México ahora?
Porque hoy como nunca antes tenemos exponentes a nivel mundial. Después de Lorena Ochoa hubo un vacío de jugadores. Hoy en día tenemos varios jugadores, Gaby López, Abraham Anser, Sebastián Vázquez, el Camarón Ortiz, several players, varios jugadores que están creando una punta de lanza y necesitamos crecer el deporte arriba y necesitamos crecer el deporte abajo. Es muy necesario. De nada nos sirven campeones sin un semillero, sin una base de enseñanza.
We have our Christian is our first hole in one for the first tee. First hole in one. It was what? ¿Qué? ¿Hace 2 semanas?
Un mes.
Hace un mes. A month ago, he shot his first hole in one. First hole in one of the first tee program ever.
In Mexico.
Well, first tee program Mexico.
Yo prometo ser cortés, mostrar respeto y empatía. De manera honesta prometo manifestar templanza y espíritu deportivo, dentro y fuera del campo. El golf como herramienta de vida me mi sueño de ser el mejor ser humano y ciudadano del mundo.
¡Bravo, alacranes!
¡Sí, México!
The kids played until dark. After, they gathered around for photos and autographs. Even my crew signed a few hats. Earlier, Agustín told me the origins of the story of the First Tee Mexico and how it's grown into what it is today.
I started doing this with the kids in Peru. We had a program called Golf para Todos, Golf for Everyone, with the Peruvian Golf Federation. And back then, in 2010, 2011, I got into that program and I donated a 9-hole design, and it's there yet, and we're building it, and we have 1 hole grass after 8 years, and it's beautiful. And that's how I started giving back. I mean, the industry we're in a fantastic industry. We're in just a beautiful industry, and giving back, I think, is something that we all need to do. And then in 2015, I started Primer Swing, which was my own program, doing a little bit, kind of like copying the First Tee. You know, it's because it's a great and it's a successful program. So I knew about it. I wanted to continue doing things, but I didn't have the power to get the First Tee or to get anything else. So I started just doing with little favors. You know, hey, you have a course? Can you lend it to me? Hey, you have the kids? Well, I have the course, so let's do this, let's get that. So it's just kind of like asking for favors all the time. Lucky for all of us, the Grupo Salinas, Ricardo Salinas and Benjamin Salinas, they're very keen and they want to grow the game. And I've been fortunate to design 2 golf courses for Mr. Salinas. So from there, we got into contact, and with the WGC came with a big package of the First Tee. When the WGC came in, Benjamin Salinas, I was very honored for him to ask me to be director, to fusion Primer Swing to become the First Tee Mexico, and for me to direct it. That's how it all started, and it was just a true, absolute honor, because, you know, having the will, having the passion doesn't always get you there. You need the power. And now we have the 360. Now we have the power, now we have the passion, now we have everything, and we have 3 chapters now. 2019 we will have 5. So that's a big thing for Mexico.
I don't think you entirely give yourself the credit you deserve, maybe for where we're going as well. Can you try to speak as though you're someone else?
That's a job for somebody else, mate. Not for me. No, I just like to work. I'm fortunate enough to have the passion, and that's it. That moves a lot of things.
Fortunate enough to have the passion. True words from someone that loves this game so well.
Mexico City the cultural center of Mexico?
It's one of our cultural centers. Now, it is a cultural center if we're talking about our flag emblem, but we have a lot of cultural centers like the Mayan, Olmecas, Toltecas.
And so in this cultural center, there are basically no public golf courses.
There's no such thing as a public golf course as like you have it in the States where it's a municipal golf course. If you pay taxes in that area, you get a privileged price. If you don't, you get a high price, etc. It doesn't work that way here.
And I guess one of the complications is about municipal is owned by the government.
Exactly.
And for the people.
Exactly. It's not, there are no golf courses for the people, by the people, etc., etc. Not yet. We're working on that.
I wondered if Agustin's concept of wellness golf at Chablais would translate into a place like Mexico City. And if so, how would such a concept be made sustainable?
Is it possible to basically indoctrinate a city like this with the X pattern from Chablais?
I think that's the thing to do. I think that we could rehabilitate parks or abandoned parks or parks that don't get the attention to detail. I think that if we get one corner of it and create the X of Chablais or something unique, I think that you can start charging something and use that money to maintain the parks and maintain different things, and everybody benefits from that.
Right.
But that's my hallucination. That's my plan. That's my dream. You know.
That's sad that it's a hallucinatory dream.
Well, it is. But we're right here. We're at Zócalo. This place caters to millions of people, where at some point they create a baseball pitch, a soccer pitch, and they recreate and they invite all of the town,
They
all
actually
of the pueblo.
turn this into a baseball field.
They've done it. Yes. And a soccer pitch.
They should become a golf course like they do in San Diego.
That's what I'm pushing for. Well, eventually I will, hopefully, fingers crossed. Golf is not popular. It's a fact. So the first thing we need to do is take it out of the stigma that it's a posh-only sport.
Right.
The first thing we need to do is start communicating that, telling that to different people, to everybody, to the whole town, and we need the government to start helping us and push that in as well.
Right.
And not to see it as something prohibited because you weren't born privileged. This is our cathedral here,
Okay.
yes? This right here, if you see it closely and you level it, you'll see how it's sinking on the right.
Oh yeah.
If you go into it, you'll see the framework, everything is sinking. They've already pumped in different types of concrete, et cetera, to maintain it, but that is something that you see and that it really gives that real feel to the Zócalo.
Right. So as an architect, do you come around here and see things
Yes,
like
I
that?
love
I'm sure
yes.
you see. Did you notice it visually, or did people talk to you about it?
Well, when you go in, you feel it.
It's like Venice.
A little bit like
The
that.
great
It's,
ones.
it's also like the Tower of Pisa, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
The Tower of Augustine?
Oh, well, I hope. I don't know if one of my golf courses will ever sink. I hope not. There is a mystique here, and I mean, you've been to Chablais. You know how over there it's a Mayan culture heritage, and here we have an Aztec heritage in this part of Mexico, and here you'll find different aspects of it. You know, there's different types of heritage depending on where you're at. So you can get a cleanup. So like if you have bad vibes, you're having bad luck and stuff like that, you can have a limpia, which is called a cleansing. If you go to Oaxaca, or if you go to Chiapas, if you go to Veracruz, to the different states, you will have different cultures, Olmecas, Zapotecas, Toltecas, different areas, different cultures, and the last ones, to a certain extent, to exist were the Aztecs.
It's cool to see the history being talked about in an environment of community. Do you think around the world golf does that, or can do that, or should do that?
It can, and it does in different areas of the world. We just need it to happen here in Mexico.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, golf para todos, golf for everyone. When we start believing in that, then we can start believing that golf can go to all corners of Mexico, from Tijuana all the way to Cancun. Number one for me, as an architect specialized in golf course architecture, I'm passionate about this theme. So I'm definitely going to be biased, number one, but I do think from my heart, if not, I couldn't be able to do it. I do believe that golf brings a lot of virtues, not only to the player, but also to the surroundings of the city. It helps create better atmosphere in the air, for the flora, for the fauna, better nature, better surroundings. So it doesn't only help you directly if you're a member, if you go play golf, but it helps you also indirectly if you are from around the area. So I think golf does help the community.
secret. Agustín dreams big, and I think we need more of that in golf. We need people who aren't afraid to think outside the tee box and grow the game in a completely different way. As Agustín said, you have to start with the base, like the kids at Maravillas, who will, without a doubt in my mind, play the game for the rest of their lives, or at least know that the game is a place that they can go when they're looking for whatever you find when you play golf, which I believe is something different for each and every person out there.